Be just about how Kentucky is handling dyslexia at the moment and hopefully where we're going with it. And then later we'll fill you in on some of the things we're doing here at the Teach to Lead conference. So dyslexia in Kentucky is quite an interesting topic because there's lots of people who don't think that Kentucky recognizes dyslexia or is doing anything for dyslexia, but in fact we have legislation that says that defines dyslexia and as a part of a specific learning disability. So let's back up and look at the federal landscape. There is a federal legislation that defines dyslexia. It falls under specific learning disability. And fun fact, 80% of students with a specific learning disability have specific learning disability in reading, I should be more specific there, have dyslexia. So if 80% of that group has dyslexia, why are we not putting dyslexia within the IEP? Of course, the specific disability that they qualify for would be specific learning disability, but within the IEP, you are allowed to put dyslexia wherever you want in there. So the Office of Special Education came out with a Dear Colleague letter last year that explained how that works, and I'm going to try to post a link to that either on this video or just on my Facebook feed. But it just says it's urging educators to start saying dyslexia. It defines what the law says and how it is in the law, and it is part of specific learning disability. So you can say dyslexia, you can put it on an IEP, you can talk about it in schools. So Kentucky has the same thing. We had a House Bill 69 that was passed back in 2012, I believe, and we haven't made too much progress, which I think is why the task force is doing what we're doing now, because we're looking at what is already here in Kentucky and then what can we do to improve it. So House Bill 69 states that dyslexia is a subset of a specific learning disability, and it defines dyslexia and dyscalculia and all of that within specific learning disability. And it also provides web-based resources for teachers. So there's some websites on KDE that will link you to more information about dyslexia to help teachers find information quickly. So for parents out there or for teachers, if anybody in the school system says, well, we don't recognize dyslexia, please start standing up and saying, we do, it's in the law. It's part of the law in Kentucky. We recognize it, and we can say it, and we can put it in an IEP, and we can talk about it at a parent-teacher conference or whatever it is. We can start using the word. And so one time I was thinking about how can we get the word out there, and I kind of want to do like the seatbelt law, like buckle up, it's the law, like say dyslexia, it's the law. What are we shying away from? Kentucky recognizes it, so let's start saying it, let's start using it, let's start educating ourselves on what it is. But please, 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 I urge you, if anybody tells you we don't recognize it here, just have the resources and say we do recognize it. It's part of specific learning disability, and we can say it and we can start using it. So anyways, hope this helps a little bit. I hope that we start raising awareness for dyslexia in Kentucky, and we are going to work today in our group to figure out what we can do here as teacher leaders to promote that from the ground up. So anyways, have a great day.